اشتحفوا لآب. אתם משתחווים אשר לא תדעון, ואנחנו משתחווים אשר נדע, כי הישועה באה ממקור היהודים. אך תבוא עת, והנה היא באה, והמשתחווים הנאמנים ישתחוו לאב ברוח ובאמת, כי משתחווים כאלה חפץ האב. האלוהים הוא רוח, והמשתחווים לו עליהם משתחוות ברוח ובאמת.
ידעתי כי יבוא משיח, וכאשר יבוא יגיד לי את כל.
אני הוא המדבר אלייך.
We all know that we can't live without water. And here in Israel, we can have 6 or more very dry months, no rain. And in biblical times, wells and springs were prized. Even today, when it rains here in this land, people say God is blessing it. It's a blessing from God. Well, in Jesus' times, every village would have a public source of water, a well or a spring that the women would come to draw water for their family needs. Well, this encounter that Jesus had with this Samaritan woman, something was different from the very beginning, because she had chosen midday, high noon, the heat of the day, to come to this well and draw water. Normally, women would come in the cool of the morning or the late afternoon to draw their water, but she deliberately chose a time when she knew there would be nobody else around to look at her strange or gossip. Well, Jesus, he starts to break the rules of society here, and he starts a conversation with her. I mean, most of us would think, well, what's the big deal with a conversation? Well, he was a Jew and she was a Samaritan, and they didn't get along. Jews considered Samaritans unclean, even half-breeds, and they didn't worship at the temple in Jerusalem. Besides, the rule was that a man didn't speak to a woman except for family, and never alone. And a woman's opinion was not considered worth that much. It was only the men that had a weighty opinion, and yet Jesus quickly took the conversation deeply spiritual when he offered her the spiritual reality of the water that she had come to draw. Listen, he says, if you knew the gift of God and who it is that asks you for a drink, you would have asked him, and he would have given you living water. Well, she answers him back. I mean, she challenges his ability to deliver whatever this living water is, but she challenges him in logically speaking. I mean, she says, well, you don't have anything to draw. You don't have a bucket. I mean, who do you think you are? Anyway, this is a very famous well. This is Jacob's well. He has drank from this well himself. Well, Jesus responds back spiritually. He says, everyone who drinks this water will be thirsty again. But whoever drinks the water that I give him will never thirst. Indeed, the water I give him will become in him a spring of water, welling up to eternal life. While the woman, she challenges his credibility in the natural. She says, oh, okay, well, just give me this water then, so I don't have to come back to this well every day. Now, Jesus, he answers this time in the Spirit, in a word of knowledge, and he crosses over into her private life and says, go get your husband. She says, I don't have a husband. And he says, you're right. But you have had 5 husbands. And the man that you are currently living with is not your husband. This gets her attention. She's thinking, how did he know that? I mean, only a prophet of God could know that. And now she realizes that she's sitting in the presence of someone who knows God. But she still doesn't ask him for this gift that he